his. And if you'll notice, there's a theme here. Yes, a lot of books with the word Dick in the title. There's a very amusing story behind this display. Okay, here we are. We made it to Regina. It's another road trip. Look at this beautiful place. Kind of looks like a municipal edifice, doesn't it? Oh, windy. Yeah, they got some pretty cool stuff here. Okay, let's go see if we can find some books. Well, I'm going to let you in on a little book hunting secret. We're here in Regina today, and I've got a bunch of places I want to stop into, so I have to, it's going to be a long day. So one of the things, this is a very intimate book hunting secret that we don't often share. Go for a pedicure first. Okay, we're going to go ahead, have a pedicure, and off looking for books. This is I often come here when I'm in Regina. Yeah, you find stuff here and there. There's also, I hope it's still here, a used bookstore that I love to go into. They have some really interesting stuff. So we'll go in and see what we can see. Well, we're just going to scan along these shelves, see what we can see. You have to kind of get down, look at all of them. Polar bears, like polar bears. Let's see, what do we got here? Oh, what's this? Oh yeah, there we go. Brass bookends. Bingo. And let's go down here and flower. Okay. Who doesn't like cats? No, I know I don't, but lots of people do. Okay, we've been here 2 minutes. A couple of good scores. Let's go see what we can find. The books. So this is one of my favorite places to come in Regina, because you walk out of Value Village, and right next door is the Centennial Bookstore. They've been in business almost 50 years here in Regina, and this mall location is, I believe, their second one. So as you can see, all sorts of awesome stuff. Mostly I come in here to look for things for myself. Well, we didn't find anything at Centennial, although it's such a great store just to browse around in and see what they have. So now we're going to head over to Spafford Books, which is a bit of a legend in Canadian bookselling and bookstore owners. They have been around a very long time. It's kind of a, sorry, turn off the air conditioning because it's very warm in Regina today. Anyway, Spafford Books has been around a very long time, and if I recall, Mr. Spafford was one of the preeminent booksellers in Canada for a very long time, and until he passed away. And I know that his daughter Leah took over the business. I haven't been there in a few years now. Last time I was there, I managed to find some awesome bookbinding equipment, and who knows what we'll find today. So if I don't get lost, we're going to head over to Spafford right now and see what's there. Okay, so we have arrived at Spafford Books, and the first place I'm looking is books on books, because I collect those. So you can see there's all sorts of interesting titles. Bookman's catalog, very handy. English colored books. Pickering and Chatto's illustrated catalog. We're going to have a look at that one, I think. Come back out here a little bit. The Pope's Bookbinder. We may have to look at that one. American authors. Books and Bitters. I actually have a copy of this by A.S.W. Rosenbach, one of the most famous book collectors of all time. Okay, well, we're going to look at some of these. Okay, so one of the advantages of being a bookseller is sometimes you get invited to go into the back and see where they keep the stuff they have doubles of or don't know what to do with, or they put on a shelf. And this is that room for Spafford here in Regina. Leah is very kind. So this building used to be the Hudson Bay Fur Trading Post building, and you can see these are the original walls are still in place down here, and it's very cool. So all sorts of neat stuff down here. So I've been invited to poke about, see what I can find, and if there's anything that I'm interested in. So we should do that. Look at all this cool stuff. Tons and tons of Canadian history. Sometimes I think in the digital age, booksellers are going to be the only ones that will have preserved the printed history of our country. Well, we found one. Carousel for bibliophiles. There's the sun relating to a noble theme. Okay. Find out how much this one is, and then we'll go from there. Okay, so I've made my way upstairs, and look at this beautiful store that Leah has. Just so many beautiful books. When I grow up and be a real bookseller, I want a store like this. I don't know that I'll live long enough though. Look at this lamp. I love that lamp too. She's got so many cool things here. How about first edition of 1984? That could be yours for a cool 10K. The Handmaid's Tale, of course, very popular these days for good reason. So these are all kind of the really nice stuff here in this shelf. Look at all these lovely old bindings. Maybe Leah would adopt me. I wonder. I'll have to ask her. So I had mentioned earlier about Leah's dad being one of the preeminent booksellers in Canada over the years. I was mistaken, and Mr. Spafford is alive and well. I am happy to report. No longer works at the store, is retired, and Leah runs it. But this was a collection of his, and if you'll notice, there's a theme here. Yes, a lot of books with the word Dick in the title. There's a very amusing story behind this display, and apparently Leah's dad went by the name Dick. His real given name, I guess, was Richard, but he went by Dick. Until Leah was a teenager and liked to call her father Dick, but maybe not in the best intended way. So when he retired, she found all of these books, and he said, put them away somewhere. So she did, in the shop, in a display case, for all of us to enjoy. Lovely. So, in chatting with Leah, unfortunately we didn't get a chance to speak with her today. She had to kind of leave on a bit of a family emergency, but we got talking about books and binding and some of the work that I'm learning and doing back home. And she offered for me to go through this shelf and see if there were some books in here that might want some repairs. we could work a deal. I can do the repairs and send it back to her, and we'll see how it goes. I get some practicing doing repairs, and she gets some good books out of the deal. And well, we'll see how that works out. Anyways, just looking through here. If you've watched any of my videos before, you know that I am a huge Sherlock Holmes fan, and I collect Sherlock Holmes. So right here, what do I find? One of the first books I find. Yes, The Return of Sherlock Holmes, first Canadian edition. So we are going to take this back home with us to St. Albert, do some repairs, get it fixed up, because it's an awesome book. And we'll see how our new arrangement with Leo works out. So that's our trip to Regina. It's been a lot of fun. It's always great speaking with other booksellers and seeing what they have and how much nicer their stores are than mine. Anyway, someday I'll get there. Okay, that's our trip to Regina. We'll see you on our next one. Bailey the Bookman.